Hello, everyone. We are back, and I hope you guys were able to rejoin us here as we figured out our mic situation. And once again, please let me know if the mic is not working and you can't hear me, but I'm certainly hoping that you can. So let's start from the beginning. And it's so wonderful how these things work out so perfectly. Today, what I wanted to discuss with you was how the movements of the body, learning to live in your body comfortably, actually affects the way that you handle your life, the challenges of your life. And so here we are facing the challenge of the microphone. Hello, Teresa. Welcome back. And, within a couple of minutes, we just kind of figured out what to do without too much stress, without really losing our balance at all. And wouldn't we all really want to live our lives that way? I have been a yoga teacher and mindfulness coach for over 50 years, and I love saying this to my students. It's lovely going to the studio to practice yoga, but we don't live in the studio, right? We don't live in the yoga room or on vacation or in a yoga workshop. We live out there. And so, if in fact yoga is going to be a real benefit to us, then we really want to learn how to enjoy the lessons of yoga and take them out into the world. And oftentimes you'll hear that expression, off the mat. And that's what it means to be able to not just live the lessons of yoga outside or follow the rules that you learn in a yoga class, but to have it become part of your nature. Fortunately, we're set up to do this. We have a science now that's called neuroplasticity, which says that the mind and the body are one. So as you live in your body, so your mind and your life will echo whatever you are feeling in your body. So today's AcuYoga session, we're going to do a lot of working with posture. I don't even like to call it working because hopefully it becomes fun and enjoyable. Playing with how little micro movements in your body can make you feel completely different in your mind, in your emotional state, and then out into your life. So, a little bit of introduction. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. I have been teaching, practicing, learning about, immersing myself in yoga and mindfulness for over 50 years. I wrote a book called The Blissful Warrior. Here it is, you're seeing it backwards. And The Blissful Warrior pretty much says it all. It's about being blissful as you are out in your life facing potential challenges. We all have some. How you can actually, I don't love the idea of learning from mistakes. I don't actually think there are any mistakes. I believe that life is set up to present you with all sorts of wonderful opportunities. And if you're grounded in your body and enjoying this feeling of being in your body, you might begin to see your life that way as well. Not to discredit or belittle or make light of people who are facing some strange, strenuous, physical, emotional, economic situations. There are a lot of them out there. But there is a saying in yoga that either the conditions, you are dependent upon your conditions to feel good, or you learn how to feel good around your conditions. So today we're going to be unconditional about feeling good in our bodies, no matter what your body is telling you hurts, bothers you, aches right now. I promise you can do it. So let's arrive here. Welcome to this practice. Make sure you have some water close by, and of course, make sure you have your lotus pillow and lotus mat. I have found that using these acupressure tools to help align your posture, to help you feel your posture, is so helpful. The more comfortable you feel on these lotus mats and pillows, the more light your body feels. And lightness is a beautiful thing to be able to feel in your body. And it has nothing to do with what you weigh and nothing to do with your age. It has to do with a sense of being embodied. So, since we're going to be doing sitting posture today, I'm assuming that many of us spend a lot of our lives sitting, our working lives certainly, in front of Zoom meetings. I mean, here I am sitting right here in front of you, delivering this wonderful AcuYoga session. So find a comfortable seated position. Could be in a chair, could be on the floor. If you are sitting in a chair, place both feet on the ground. This will literally ground you. This is another wonderful practice. If you're sitting on the floor, you could sit cross-legged. You can sit with your legs straight out ahead of you. You can sit up against the wall if that feels most comfortable. You don't have to assume any kind of pose to prove anything to yourself about your deservedness to feel good in your body. So go for the comfort. I'm going to be, and whatever you do, wherever sitting posture you're choosing to do, take your lotus pillow, put it directly under your glutes, and ease yourself down onto that pillow. It should feel comfortable, and if it doesn't, please move it around so that it does. Finding comfort in your own body is a great gift, especially considering how many people talk smack about their bodies and really don't appreciate this vehicle. And again, not to discredit anybody who's going through physical discomfort, physical pain, illness of any kind. This vehicle that you have, no matter where it starts from, you can feel as good as possible by using your posture. So here we are. Find a comfortable position for your hands and arms. I'm going to have mine in my lap. Left palm is under, my right palm is on top, and my thumbs are touching. This is a kind of a yoga mudra, which is hand positions that create energy pathways in your body. And we're going to begin with 3 deep breaths. Now, the deep breaths that I'm going to instruct you in might be different than what you might have learned in any yoga or mindfulness class. It's what I call accordion breathing. You're actually going to pretend that inside your rib cage is an accordion and you are the master of playing this instrument. So in your comfortable seated position with your eyes open, half masked, or fully closed, you're going to be breathing in and out through your nose as I guide you through playing this wonderful accordion instrument in your rib cage. So begin. Inhale. Feel your ribs expanding like an accordion as you hear a loud ha sound in the base of your throat, a big Darth Vader sound, something like this. And as that breath fills you in the throat, you're expanding your ribs 180 degrees out to the side. I like to feel like I have a big Supergirl cape across my collarbones that also pull nice and wide. You're going to feel something inside of you lining up. And then as you exhale, now you feel you're bringing that accordion back together. So bringing it back to center, hearing that loud ha sound in the back of your throat. As that accordion meets in the center line of your body, now you're going to drop your tailbone down into your lotus pillow, not pushing, just landing it there. And then imagine that your tailbone is like a little anchor that you can curl up toward your navel. Now, I don't know if you saw this on me or felt it in yourself, but in that last bit of movement, you're going to feel a lift happening. And it may feel like you're sort of hovering a little bit over your lotus pillow. So let's take another breath. Inhale, open your ribs very wide. Hear that loud ha sound in your throat. Make the accordion go way out to the sides and hold it open. Try not to thrust your chest forward. Just feel like the ribs are side to side open. And then as you exhale, bring them back. Again, the loud ha sound in your throat. Feeling your ribs, your accordion meet in the center line of your body. As you drop your tailbone into your lotus pillow and then curl the end of your tailbone slightly toward your navel. Do you feel that lift? Something light takes place inside your body, and you may start to feel a sense of relaxation. Inhale. And exhale. Again, the ribs come together, feeling that rib cage, that accordion meet in the center, letting your tailbone drop into your lotus pillow, and have a little bit of a curl toward your navel. So I'm noticing that I really want to adjust myself to feel even deeper into this lotus pillow. I invite you to adjust yourself as well. Okay. So again, posture. I'm going to give you some really wonderful, very simple tips for the potential of your posture, for really getting potent posture in your body. And remember, yes, you're going to get great spinal health and alignment from your posture, but there will be something that echoes in your life. The ease that you feel in your body will begin to express itself in the way you manage the ease of your life. You know, are you mostly struggling or are you mostly sort of flowing with life? Can you imagine that if your posture was more flowing, your life might be as well? What a fun experiment to try. Okay, so again, inhale. Big loud ha sound in the back of your throat. It's almost like bringing air in through a straw, but that feels a little constricting to me, so maybe it's nice and wide and open. I'm just checking my mic. And hold your collarbones wide. It's as if your two collarbones are in a kind of a traction machine and you get to pull them wide. Let your chin aim towards that little hollow space between your collarbones. Feel the back of your head reaching for maybe like the headrest in your car, a little bit up. Holding yourself here in the inhale. And now exhale. Chin is down a little bit, collarbones remain wide. Ribs come back in like that accordion meeting its center. Wait until you have no more breath left. Now you're in the pause between the inhale and exhale, dropping your tailbone into your lotus pillow, and then feeling the tailbone curl a little bit toward your navel. Good. And again, inhale. Ribs wide, collarbones wide, chin down a little bit, head back. Hold this cape open across your chest. And exhale, bringing the ribs in. Being in control of this accordion inside your body. You know, like when you play an accordion, there'd be a little resistance there as you hear that loud ha sound in your throat. As you run out of exhale breath, notice it doesn't feel constrictive at all. It feels very relaxing to stay here in this pause as you drop your tailbone into your lotus pillow and then curl it up toward your navel. Okay, so if you've been with this video since the beginning, or even if you're tuning in later, you've taken 3 to 6 of these deep posture adjusting breaths. And I want you to notice. Let's give yourself a scale of 1 to 10. If 1 is, I feel very chill and relaxed, and 10 is, I'm really stressed and worried, what number might you give yourself right now? Now you might notice that no outside conditions have necessarily changed. If you were worried about something before the session started, that issue may not have changed at all. The condition may not have changed, but there is something inside of you that has. And in that change, when you are feeling this way and you're ready to revisit that issue, you might be surprised at the potential solutions that arise in your mind now that you have changed your posture physically and your postural attitude towards the conditions of your life. So it's magic to be able to do this with the tools that you have, your breath and your body. You don't need any particular kind of body. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what the number on your scale says or what your dress size is. It doesn't matter if you have a diagnosis, a concerning diagnosis in your body. You can still be here in this body and take these very deep, potent breaths that move your body into this state. So let's do it again. Find that comfortable position. If you'd like to change the position of your body, again, we're going to be dealing with seated posture, although I am very tempted to show you some standing things too. Let's see how that goes. Seated on a chair is great. Seated on the floor is great. Just have your acupressure pillow under you, your beautiful lotus mat pillow. I guess it's a lotus pillow under your under your glutes, and move it around until it feels like a relief. And here we go. So in and out through the nose, hearing the Darth Vader sound in the back of your throat, and I'll be guiding you on little micro movements to do inside your body as we breathe. Let's begin. Inhale, pull your collarbones very wide. Let your ribs expand, feeling this big accordion you have inside of you, hearing the loud ha sound in your throat. Let your chin aim towards this little hollow between your collarbones. No thrusting the chin, no dipping the chin. Feel the back of your head reaching back for a headrest. Hold yourself open. It shouldn't feel like an effort to hold yourself open. You're not really holding your breath. You're holding your openness. And now as you exhale, loud ha sound in the back of your throat, feeling this accordion in your rib cage coming together with a sense of purpose, a sense of not really resistance, but a little bit. You can hear that ha sound in the resistance that you're creating. Now when you're completely empty of breath, you're in your pause. Drop your tailbone straight down into your lotus pillow, and then as if you're taking the end of an anchor at the bottom of your tailbone, curl it a little up toward your navel. And once again, notice the lightness you might feel in your sitting pose right now. Again, inhale, collarbones wide, chin down towards your throat, ribs expanding, that loud Darth Vader sound in your throat feels a little empowering. And exhale. Hearing the sound, feeling the accordion, you're in control of it. When it meets and you've got no more breath, your tailbone drops into your lotus pillow and curls toward your own navel. All right, let's try some postural tips standing as well. Now bear with me. This will require a little bit of a camera change so that you can see me in the standing up position. I'm going to show you well, I'm not going to call it an easy way to stand up, especially if it's the first time that you're doing this. But I'm going to teach you a way to stand up from a sitting position that's absolutely wonderful for your posture. Now, if you have any physical conditions, ailments, back problems, let's just watch this first one. So I'm going to raise my screen, and then hopefully when I'm standing, you'll be able to see me full on. Okay. So I call this the ragdoll standing position, or the marionette standing. Starting out in a tabletop pose, I'm going to press my soles to the ground, head between my arms so it looks like a downward dog. Then I'm going to walk my fingertips towards my toes, and I'm going to hang here, pretending to be a marionette with one string between my shoulder blades. And then I'm going to give myself over to the puppeteer who's lifting me up by this one string, and feeling the stacking of my own spine. And here we are. Okay, and adjusting so that you can see everything. Okay. See if I move this further back and you get more visual. You guys let me know how this is looking to you. Okay, now in a standing position, if you haven't already tried standing on your lotus mat, let's not do that today. However, take your lotus pillow, place it in front of your toes, and you can rest your toes on this lotus pillow without pushing down, without forcing, without a lot of pressure. You really want to have this feeling of lightness in your body And the lotus pillow and lotus mat will help you to know when you are efforting too hard or efforting at all. Don't even want you to effort at all. Okay, I'm going to give it one more shot so that maybe you can actually see the way my toes are anchored around this wonderful lotus pillow. Okay. Hopefully you can see a little bit here. Otherwise, follow the instructions. All right, so standing position. Feet are hip width distance. So again, it takes a lot of mindfulness to move your feet apart with your toes on the lotus pillow. And I'm going to once again say, if it's not comfortable for you, no need to do it today. Arms are at your sides. Your palms face forward. So rotate your wrists towards this camera. Good. Feel almost as if you can see the outer edges. See, I can almost see the outer edges of my pinky fingers. We have beautiful shoulder rotation. Okay, and now we're going to employ that same kind of breathing, that same kind of accordion breathing that we did in the sitting position. Inhale your breath. Pull your collarbones wide as if it's a long straight line being pulled. Expand your ribs. Notice that my arms are falling further away from my body at this point. I'm not pulling them apart, but as you expand your collarbone and your ribs, the arms totally relax, and this is the position they may be in when you're not holding them tight. Good. Now as you exhale, once again, keep the collarbones pulled wide. Your chin is dropped towards that little hollow between the collarbones. Your head reaching for the headrest somewhere near the top back part of your head. Lock your quads. Feel as if you're lifting them up into your hips. Roll your kneecaps a little in towards each other. Feel the stability that creates. And then when you're at the bottom of your exhale, drop your tailbone between your heels and then a little curl toward your navel. And that little curl at the end toward your navel, do you feel the lift in your chest? Once again, inhale, collarbones wide, rib cage expanding, hearing the loud ha sound in the back of your throat. Dropping your chin a bit towards the hollow, bringing the back of your head a little towards the headrest. Go down to your thighs, tighten and lift your quads, rotate your knees inward. And on the exhale, once again, you bring that accordion of your rib cage back into center. Feeling as if you're really playing an accordion, there's a little resistance there. Good. Let your tailbone drop as if it's an anchor between your heels, and then curl a little toward your navel. Now you might notice, this is our first time practicing, if in fact your toes are on your lotus pillow, you might notice when you're sort of feeling a little swaying, right, on the lotus pillow. This is where you bring the mindfulness of your practice, of your body movement, into this wonderful mind-body entity. And as you become more and more mindful of the micro movements that we're doing here, your body relaxes. And again, you might notice that while the conditions outside of you haven't changed a bit, you suddenly feel softer towards those conditions or incidents or people. Now you're in control of your reaction to conditions, not the other way around. Which I have to tell you, I'm sure you realize this is the way most people live. If conditions are good and they're able to observe good conditions, they feel okay. If conditions get rocky, they're rocked. One more time. Inhale. Collarbones nice and long. Ribs expanding. You're going to hear that loud ha sound in your throat as you play this accordion in the ribs. Tighten your quads. Rotate your knees inward. Hold yourself open in this position of openness. And then as you exhale, loud ha sound in the throat, feeling the ribs meet like the big accordion inside of you. Let your tailbone anchor between your heels, right? You might not have realized you were thrusting your tailbone back until the anchor helps you. And then curl the anchor a little toward your navel. All right. So I love sharing this potent posture practice with you. And if you're watching this at the beginning of your day, maybe before you've had any outside conditions enter into your life, although the moment we open our eyes in the morning, there they are, see if in fact something changes in the way you react to them. Or maybe better still, something changes in the way you feel about your own body and how wonderful it is to be in a body. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me in this AcuYoga practice. This is a practice designed for you. We will never do anything in here that could be damaging or hurtful, contortionist in any way, or even, well, challenging is an interesting word since people find different things challenging. But this practice is not meant to be another effort or struggle in your life. It's really meant for you to find your center of comfort in your body mind. Remember, these are not different things. If we can manage the micro movements of our bodies, then we can control the neural pathways in our mind and create new neural pathways that really make you a blissful warrior in your life. I'm Rhonda Uretsky. It's my pleasure to share this practice with you today. Be sure that you comment about what issues in your body you'd like to apply these micro movements to see what that might affect in the way your body and your life begin to feel. We're really here to serve you, as I said, off the mat. Thanks again for joining us, and I look forward to next time.